Hey everybody, I know it's been a while. Welcome back. Today's episode isn't going to be a pep rally. I don't have any inspirational quotes from the great sales thinkers of all time. Now today I want to get really real because we are facing hard times and they are only going to get harder. And you probably didn't need to hear this on this podcast. You know it already. You know it in your heart because there's little doubt we're heading into a recession. And this isn't anything like we've ever seen before. And if you're in sales, especially B2B sales, remember all those cute little supply chain bottlenecks we had a few years ago? People were stealing toilet paper and there were shipping delays. In fact, like the railroad tracks down at the end of the street here, there were cars sitting there for like weeks during COVID. Those are the kinds of things we're going to be seeing right now. Yeah, this is not a feel-good movie. No. In fact, times are even weirder. I've been studying a lot of economics lately. Gold futures are dropping. Dollars futures are dropping. Like, this is like unheard of, you know? So people don't trust the American dollar anymore, but they only trust gold. I mean, what the heck is going on? It's like gravity stopped working. And whether you like it or not like it, prices are going to go up. Prices are going to go up with the products that you use for your products or the services that you use for the services that you provide. All this stuff is going up. You're going to have to pass the cost along, which is going to accelerate inflation. So you've probably really noticed that your clients and your customers are really stressed and the CFOs are hiding under their desks. It's very, very messy out there. But I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. First, the good news. This is not going to last forever. It never does. Economics eventually heals. Businesses adapt. Humans are very, very stubborn, just like cockroaches when there's a nuclear attack. That's the good news. But the bad news is this could last a long time, like way longer than any of us are really ready to do. So what are you supposed to do? Cry in your CRM, switch careers, become an alpaca farmer? I don't know. We've got to get to work. But we're salespeople. We're tough. These kinds of challenges we live for, right? We got to get to work. We got to get smart. We got to get tough. And here are some things. Here are 5 things I think that we need to do to get started. First, I preach on this all the time, but we really need to nail down your value proposition. That I provide this kind of products and services to these types of customers so that they experience this kind of value. You need to be teaching value. You need to be really sharing with them like, yes, these prices are going up, and yes, this is more difficult, but look at it from another point of view. Even though it's going up, you're going to have to pass it along yourself. This allows you to grow your profit margins. This allows you to stay in business so you too can wait this out. We need to be super clear on the value that we bring to our customers and our clients, and that's the value proposition. Look into your value proposition and see if it still holds true. The next thing is, maybe you could tier your pricing. You have this product or service that you sell it for this much. Is there a way that you can take bits and parts of it away and do kind of a good, better, best situation, so that people can choose a level of pain that they're comfortable with? It's kind of a psychological thing. People feel like they'll be more in control if they could do something like that. By giving them more options, this allows them to have not just a buy or die kind of pricing thing in them. Like, I either do this or I don't. Levels of gray are better. Yeah. The third piece of advice I have is to research some alternatives. And this allows you to be pretty scrappy and to kind of rethink your business. If tariffs and costs are crushing you, maybe you can pivot. Could you sell products that don't rely so much on imports? Things that you've been kicking around for a while, maybe this is the opportunity, the time for you to do that. Or maybe there are markets that aren't getting as hammered as badly because of the tariffs, because of course, I know they're here and there, and there's a lot of churn and all of that. But maybe you can find a place that makes more sense for you. Look back over time. Maybe there's some product that you've not really been pushing, almost like a side hustle for the company. Pay attention to those little wins. Maybe that could be the next big thing for you guys. Maybe not. Fourth thing you could do is you could actually try to get your customers to push the buy button now. Say, look, prices are going up. And from everything that I'm reading, as the date that this podcast drops, it's going to take 90 days before the supply chains all kind of grind to a halt. I was just reading the other day about a guy who had who had a big shipping container full of stuff, and the tariff on it was $5 million. He just said, there's not $5 million worth of stuff in the container. He goes, I can't raise prices on this because I'm not selling housing. I'm not selling food. I'm not selling water. So he says, I'm just not going to pick it up. So it's going to be abandoned. This is how supply chain issues happen, right? They're going to take that container, they're going to put it on the dock. Next thing you know, the dock's going to be filled up, and it's just a free-for-all. You guys remember that in COVID, right? So what do you want to get your customers to do? Buy now. Buy now while prices are still low. And maybe you can cruise on that until things get better. Lastly, build relationships, not transactions. This is something that's really perturbing me to no end. It almost seems like the conversation is only about transactions these days. It's about making a deal. We need to make a deal. We need to be deal makers. And having a transaction point of view is very short-sighted, because in reality, it's this whole old idea, right? People buy from people they know, like, and trust, that kind of thing. People time and time again buy from people that they know are going to come through for them. Even if maybe the cost is more, even if it hurts their profits some, even if their schedule time is not as good. Lots of times when people find a vendor that they really, really love, they just stick with them because shopping is not easy. And if people come through with them over and over again, that means a lot. Building relationships is everything. Don't take this rash of transactionalism that's going on right now and think that that's the way you want to run the world. It's totally wrong. It's not. Relationships take a long time to build. This is where I worried some about America, is we're burning bridges with people. That's taken us a long time to build relationships that were first started after the Second World War. People trusted America. People trusted the dollar. Us breaking all this stuff, us not being a part of that, is really, really troubling. The same thing should be true for your business. Last and finally, there's a very hard truth that this isn't going to go well for a lot of people. And you can either sit around waiting for the market to go back to normal, or you can accept it and start adapting now while you have a time. I believe we need to adapt. We need to be tough. And instead of complaining that it's raining outside, you need to pull out your umbrella and step out the door and into the weather. You got this. You can do it. You can fight the good fight. As you can see that I've been spending a lot of time, as I mentioned, I'm spending a lot of time studying economics. I've been spending a lot of time trying to understand exactly what the future is for business this year, here in 2025. And these are some of the things I'd like to start spending more time talking about here on the podcast. You may not have noticed this, but I actually started a TikTok channel, and you're like, Pat, what's that about? Just little 60-second blurbs on providing advice in these kinds of areas. I'll make sure and place a link to that in the show notes. These little videos have given me an opportunity to start thinking more about what are the things that I really care about and actually practice them. So that's been a very, very, very positive thing. Lastly, and you probably don't care so much about this, I actually started a group that stewards a park, kind of a wilderness forest preserve like park that actually the city owns here, and that's been it's been a very fun thing to do. Had to create a Facebook group to do that. Ugh, Facebook is the worst, but it's kind of the only place where these people are at, and I've been very successful at holding a few events, getting a lot of people to join. It's been kind of fun actually getting some press. It's been interesting. Again, it's all about persuasion. It's all about the sales techniques that you and I learned a long time ago, using them to better humanity. These are the things. This is what you can expect in the future. Again, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but you can do it. We've done it before. COVID, Great Recession, the internet bubble. Oh, was that something else? We can do this again. With that said, that's all I've got for today. Until next time, take care.
Thank you for listening to the Sales Babble podcast. Find us at www.salesbabble.com.
This is a production of Habanero Media.